If you're an entrepreneur who loves to beautify everything around you and add beauty to others, as well as being creative while you're doing it, you don't want to miss this episode of the Successful Franchisee's Beautiful View. When I talk with Shirley Braune, the founder of the Flower Truck, it's a unique concept that I think you're going to want to watch. Sit back and enjoy the rest of our conversation. Welcome to this episode of the Successful Franchisee's Beautiful View. And I am honored and happy to have with me today Shirley Braune from theflowertruck.com. And Shirley has taken her passion, and I'll let her explain, but she's turned it into a franchise. And Shirley, welcome. It's good to have you.
Thank you, Luke. It's good to be
Yeah,
here.
yeah, absolutely. And you and I've been talking about this for quite a while now. Tell me tell me what's driving you to franchise this so that others can experience what you've experienced.
Well, my primary motivation was watching flower shops with brick and mortar during COVID having to close down their shops because they couldn't be open. But it's also the flexibility of the truck and the mobility of it and just the joy of being able to do something that you love in your own time.
Yeah. And how did having your flower truck create freedom for you? What did that allow you to do that you weren't able to do in a brick and mortar?
Well, I went from a 9 to 5 corporate job in Austin, Texas, that had just run its course and I had burned out, and I wanted to do something that's always been my passion. And God just kind of dropped the flower truck in my hands. And I started it as a semi retired hobby, and it grew exponentially just with the vintage truck. So after COVID, I decided if I could do this, maybe this was the answer for the floral industry. And it's at a pivotal point in our industry where we really need something different than the brick and mortar because everything is online and e-commerce. And this puts the personal touch back in the floral experience.
Mm-hmm. Outstanding. Well, tell me a little bit about where do you take the flower truck to be successful that you were?
Well, it's you can take it anywhere where there's people, whether it's open air events, corporate events, wedding venues, gender reveal venues, wherever there are people and festivities and community. You can take it to schools and recitals, and it's unlimited. It's only limited by the person's imagination and how much they want to be involved in their community um, with the flower truck.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And tell us a little bit about what your corporate background was and how you actually got into the flower truck.
Well, I had a flower truck before my children were born in South Texas, and it was very lucrative. I ran it built my own shop, started it from the ground up, and then when I started my family, it was pick one or the other, and so I chose to raise my family. So I sold the shop in South Texas at that time, which was my passion and has always been my passion. Then I entered the corporate world of banking and USDA and all the 9 to 5 stuff. And I did that until I raised my children and got them where they needed to be as successful individuals. And then I basically burned out in Austin, Texas with the corporate world and just kind of did the flower truck. Went back to my roots, if for lack of a better word.
Yeah. No, that's great. And what are you learning about being a franchisor in this space?
That it's different than being an employee. You have to change your hat from being an employee to being an owner. Um, it's a whole different dynamic of making sure you've got everything the way it's supposed to be so that they have everything that they need to be successful. And I've learned all the ins and outs of it as time has gone on. So I feel like I've got a real good feel for what it will take for a franchisee to be a successful franchisee.
That brings up the next point is who is your ideal franchise partner?
Oh,
What traits do they have?
passion, passion for flowers, passion for independence and freedom to do what they want to do and what they love on their own time frame, but also a business savvy so that they know going in that it's not going to be all bells and whistles, that it's going to take some work, and anything worth having is worth working for.
Absolutely. Thank you. And tell us a little bit about the truck that you've designed.
Well, I had Lily One was a vintage truck in Austin, Texas, and I knew when I franchised it that it had to be ready for the corporate world, for the interstates, and for towns and cities. The mobility had to be easy for predominantly women because women love flowers, um, and it's a state of the art. It's a studio. It's a floral studio on wheels. Luke, it's got its own water source. It's got its cooler. It's got air conditioning. It's got the Wi-Fi and the internet stuff that it needs. It's got the point of sale system. It's got the shelving, and it comes with curated bouquets that I have negotiated prices with, for people that don't necessarily have the exact experience of floral design. They'll have ready-made bouquets that they can learn from and also sell.
Mm-hmm. And what kind of support will you help your franchise partners?
Well, that'll be the fun part for me because it's basically training them. The training with the point of sale system and the marketing will be done virtually, but I will be hands-on, going to wherever they are or bringing them to where I am. Um, it'll be a learning experience, but I will be there multiple times depending on where they are, um, to teach them and show them um, how it works, how it flows, how easy it can be if you just have that passion. It's all about the passion.
Well, and you told me a while back, you told me the story about a few Fridays that you took Lily out and you parked in front of a couple of big corporate facilities. Tell me about that story again. Remind me what that was like.
Well, it's interesting because the truck and the design of the truck and the wrap of the truck is basically a traveling billboard. And so they'll turn around and follow you wherever you are, or if you're parked somewhere and they pass by, they'll turn around and come back. It's really, they love the concept, the being able to say, I got these flowers from the flower truck, not from a grocery store. It's, these are, and so took it to a Lily number two, to after COVID, to a fresh air food truck Friday. The function started from 4 to 10. I got there at 3 to set up, and by 5, my truck was empty. I had sold everything, and basically the event hadn't really been underway for more than an hour. So it's just something that attracts people. They want the fun of it, the novelty of it. It's very unique. It's a novel idea, and it brings flowers wherever people are.
Yeah. What haven't I asked you that you want people to know?
Oh, I don't know. It's been a journey. It has definitely been a learning, as you well know, it has been a learning curve, taking it from the everyday operation to a franchise that gives people the opportunity to do what I do and enjoy and bring, I don't know, bring love and light to a world that's, let's face it, needs some love and needs some light.
Well, Shirley, thank you so much for talking with me today.
Thank you.
And for all of you who want to know more about the flower truck and talk with Shirley, I'll put her contact information and the website for the flower truck in the comments below. Thank you all for watching this episode of the Successful Franchisee's Beautiful View. Stay safe and win every day.
Thank you, Luke.